All right, welcome back to another episode of the Dark Dungeon of Pop Culture. This is the Jabba's Dungeon podcast with, as always, Tyler, Avery, Chad, and myself. Boys, Tyler just got done watching the Fantastic Four First Steps trailer that dropped today. Um, I think we all kind of got collective thoughts on it, interesting theories. And we were kind of talking that about them hiding the fact that Sue Storm was pregnant in the first trailer, and now that's the surprise in the second trailer,
That's
which wasn't really a
our thumbnail
surprise.
pick.
Yeah.
But like, what did you like? I'll say, I don't give a fuck if the Silver Surfer is a woman in this universe, but I wish she was bald.
Mm, mm.
Like, because like her just silver hair, just boys, hello,
Looks like Play-Doh.
just me.
I don't mind it as much as you, honestly. I mean, like, it does kind of look goofy, but, you know,
Just, I mean, we just granted, we only seen a little bit
yeah, just a little bit of
because
hair.
people are already comparing what she looks like in the trailer to like OG Silver Surfer
Jesus
and
Christ, I saw that.
Hook.
Come on
Yeah,
now.
like that's. I mean, and you gotta think is like, which is it's crazy they do this, but like a lot of times they'll fucking put the trailers out and they'll not even be like completely finished with the
Yeah.
CGI. But I mean, granted, this is like coming up quick, so I mean,
Yeah, I've seen some of those posts where they're comparing, like, oh, it looks so much better. Dude, you're literally looking at a clip of a movie, like you said, that hasn't came out yet. They could touch it up. This might not even be polished. I don't really see much of a difference. I mean, it's just like a silver lady, a silver man. Like, what do you want? Like, honestly, it looks like a Silver Surfer. I don't understand the whole comparison bullshit. And I'm pretty sure
yeah.
also, I don't know if they're doing her full CGI or if they're doing kind of like a suit like they did in the original Fantastic Four Part Two with it was a little bit of CGI and a little bit of the suit. So they had a guy in a suit, a Silver Surfer suit from the old pictures I've seen. So practical CGI, they're probably knowing Marvel now. They probably did her full CG, if I would have to guess. So there's
Unfortunately.
a little bit of practical, a little bit of CGI, and back in the day. So you're gonna get a little bit of that mixture that blends well. So
That's like kind of what they've showed with Evan Moss Bacharach's thing is like you've seen behind the scenes photos where there is an actual like practical like at least thing upper body like shoulder and up. But just from what we've seen in the trailers, it does predominantly look CGI, but it would be interesting to kind of see what, they got so much money, it'd be cool if there was more practical effects, but
like the full suit, like the thing originally, like that. I mean, I
yeah,
always liked it. It looked cool. I mean, it's cool to
it
see
just
a
felt
CGI one.
natural.
Yeah, it did feel natural
It-
because you get more of
yeah.
a kind of hard to explain. Like not more of the actor. I guess you could say that more of the actor
Yeah.
within the just the voice. But um, I think he looks cool. Honestly,
Whatever they done in Fantastic Four 2015, holy shit.
oh, did you watch that one?
D- Don't let them cook. I mean, just in the way that they done the thing. My
Mm,
man doesn't even have pants on. He's
no,
straight naked, and he
Boulder.
just looks. He actually looks like a fucking boulder. He looks like a fucking like an ocean rock. Like he looks like a piece of coral.
that
What the hell?
movie was kind
I'm
of.
glad. I'm glad that they're not gonna tread on the origin
Yeah,
of the group.
yeah.
Too.
It's just kind of established, Joe.
I mean, they probably will touch on it just like a hair because there was those clips of them going up in space and the thing wasn't the thing yet.
Hmm.
Ben Grimm wasn't the
It'll
thing yet.
probably maybe just be like a quick
The first scene of the
or-
movie.
Mm.
yeah, get it over with. Boop.
All right. Granted, everybody, really early thoughts. Still, obviously, the movie's not out yet. How does everybody feel about the casting? I think we've talked a little bit about it, but we've gotten more of like seeing them kind of in action, a little bit more dynamic, some actual dialogue. How are we feeling about the casting of this Fantastic Four so far?
The only one that I'm questioning is Reed Richards. I don't know. I don't think Pedro looks like a Reed Richards, but I'm willing to give him a chance.
Exactly how I feel.
I'm pretty good with it. Like, I think, um, Pascal seems, like I like his acting, and I'm not like one of those fangirls, but I think he could do a good job with it. Like the little clips I've seen, I'm not completely sold on it, but I think he looks well enough. I mean, he just got like a mustache and then like the gray and stuff. I don't need a comic book accurate looking character for the story to be good. Like I know a lot of people have that issue where he's like, "Oh, he doesn't look like Reed." I'm not like bashing you or anybody here. I don't need that for it to be a good story. Like Johnny, he don't really look like a Johnny, so he's not like this like Chris Evans type character. So I'm just gonna watch it and see how it goes. But I like how he has like that attitude, like you're late type thing, like sister brother bonding type thing. Ben Grimm, honestly, I like the casting for him, but I'm not completely sold on the voice. If I'm completely honest, it doesn't sound bad, but I feel like if you're a big rock guy, it could be like more.
I love it. He's like, Herbie, what is he like? He's like fucking
Yeah,
just right.
it just kind of sounds like a normal voice, but I guess your vocals wouldn't change that much. I don't know. It's inside your body. And then Sue, she looks pretty good for Sue.
Tyler, how do you feel?
I mean, granted, I'm not too familiar with the mannerisms of the characters. Like I've seen the first like two, I'm pretty sure when I was a kid. Don't really have much memory. But Pedro, I'm a big Pedro fan, but I felt like every single voice line in that trailer was stiff. I don't know if that's necessarily how the character is supposed to be, but if you're stretching that much, you need to at least have some like personality. Because I felt like every single line he was just like, "We will protect you."
He kind of does sound like those like mid '60s like that fake kind of like accent they put on. I forget
As
what
like
it's called.
that transatlantic.
Yes, yes. I feel like that's kind of like what they're
Good
going
call.
for within this world, but
Honestly, I do feel the same way, but in the same vein, because I mean, initially, I wasn't really sold on Pedro, but in this trailer, when he was fucking like marking some equations on the chalkboard, it kind of won me over a little bit. But we'll see.
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like it's just kind of like a popularity, though, it almost seems like. But, again, he is a good actor, very good actor. I mean, he could bring something that we've never seen before. The original dude for like the first two movies, like, he just seemed just like, he just, I mean, granted, grew up watching those movies, but he just seemed, I've never seen him in anything else, but just like seeing him as Reed Richards, I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense.
Even in Multiverse of Madness, I thought John Krasinski did a
Yes.
pretty decent job of being Reed for the 5 minutes he's on screen.
But that was like a big
Yeah.
fan cast. I mean, he really does like look like him. I wish they would have done more
Yeah.
with him instead of just killing him off. I mean, I know it's like more fan service, but they could have done something really. I'm not saying like this Fantastic Four doesn't look good. I'm just saying they could have done something more with him other than just like make him into spaghetti. So I don't really.
Yep.
I will say aesthetically, this Fantastic Four is a lot more cohesive looking, barring the fucking giant coral abomination that you got in the 2015 movie, but aesthetically it does look really like solid.
Yeah.
Like especially whenever they're in their like corduroy outfits, very aesthetically pleasing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It really reminds you of like that old school, not propaganda. I guess you could say propaganda, but like those old school like '60s type drawings and whatnot.
Definitely like kind of like Jetsons
Mm-hmm.
reminiscent, and you could see in the trailer that they have like their car, and that robot's name is Herbie, isn't it? Or am
Yeah.
I just thinking of the Beetle?
No, that's
Okay.
Herbie.
Okay. Love that. Love that robot. Hopefully they're a big part of the movie. Hopefully they have quips and can have its own, you know, violent murder that
So,
it
like,
commits.
breaking down the trailer, obviously they see that the world's going to be ending. We get our first taste of Silver Surfer. It's a woman this time. Pretty cool. Then, I mean, we get like Johnny chasing her. You know, we're getting another
That was
one of
pretty
those scenes from like Fantastic 2. So Johnny's chasing a Silver Surfer again. I think it kind of happens in Fantastic Four 2 again, where he like kind of like gets stopped and like kind of falls, but this time it seems like Johnny just can't reach where he's going because of space. So he kind of just like falls.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how that plays out. Um, a theory that I had, just to throw it out there, is since Reed is going to become a dad and Sue a mother, essentially more of a bigger family. Which I don't think it's just going to be the one child. I think it's I don't even know if they confirmed if it's one or not. It's probably going to be the two children that they always have. I forget their names, but I feel like Reed is going to figure out, because this is kind of how he is in the comics. Like he's always thinking of like another step or an extra plan. If his world is really ending, I feel like he is definitely going to either try to go to another universe, another world of some sort. And what kind of gave me that thought is when they're at the nursery of the baby, there's these little planets that are hanging, and he's just kind of looking at them. I don't know if that's like a part in the movie earlier or later on when he finds out that the world's going to be, potentially ending by Galactus, and maybe he's just kind of looking, and that gives him the idea of like we could just go somewhere else. If this is the end, we can't protect everybody. If this is the end, he has to protect his family and go somewhere else. So I have a theory. Maybe this is just how they're going to introduce them to the MCU. There's just no way of fixing this. There's no way of defeating him, because if this is like early Fantastic Four, maybe early, I don't know what the time span was that they said. Maybe they just don't know how to do it. They don't have the equipment. They just defeated.
I'm gonna piggyback off your theory and say I don't think Galactus is gonna be the main villain. I know they showed some images. I think it was in like the first trailer that came out. I think it was like John Malkovich. He was playing some like long white haired guy with like a long white beard. And there's a character similar to the Fantastic Four fights in the comics. I can't remember what his name was. But I think they might use him more as the main villain, and then Galactus will be like the last like 20, 30 minutes of the movie. And then like, oh, we can't save y'all, and then they run, like you said, to the MCU, and then maybe that's how like Reed feels regret and has to prepare the MCU for Galactus and stuff like that.
He's coming type thing.
Yeah.
That would be piggybacking off of both of you. I feel like that would be sick because one of the best Marvel movies I feel is Infinity War. And the best part of that is like that sense of defeat that you get at the end. It would be so cool to get a Fantastic Four where it is, kind of them in the early days and, like how drastic would it be for those characters to know that they couldn't save their universe and in turn they go into the MCU timeline and that just gives them that much more initiative to stop Doctor Doom whenever they get into Doomsday. I mean, that just tees it up perfectly and it adds like a sense of tragedy at the end because yes, the Earth is that they inhabited is gone, but they were able to save these two children that Sue has had. So I don't know. I think that'd be super cool. I mean, it's ballsy. I mean, would they go with it? I don't know, but it's ballsy.
I mean, I would rather that than some like happy ending, to be honest. Like your heroes failing. Like these are the heroes you want to see win, and then they just get their asses whooped, and they have to choose
Because
their
I don't want
family.
to, yeah, and I don't want to see some bullshit where it's like it comes Doomsday, and then they're like, "Oh, we need some help," and then they just morph in,
Yeah,
just inconsequentially, like it just wouldn't have that same effect. It would make you like want to see them fuck up Doom in Doomsday because they had that sense of loss. And I don't know.
I would
That's just
also
like
hate.
that go hard.
I would also hate like if they did defeat Galactus, and then they would probably never bring him back. I hate when they use like these good villains one time,
Yeah.
and then they're just wasted.
Ultron. I would love to
Ultron.
see more of him.
Red Skull could have been a bigger
Red Skull.
player, something like that. Arnim Zola.
Yeah.
There's so many characters that they could reuse if they want to. Probably never will until we get like a reboot or something. But
Yeah. Abomination.
I just
I
don't
would love
see-
for him.
I don't want to see Galactus and Silver Surfer just get wasted on one movie
Yeah.
and they just beat him. It's like, oh, we did it. Everyone's safe.
Unless that's like a big thing. I mean, I know they're doing Secret Wars, but they're going to morph it into something they want, like their own thing, because of course, they're not going to do comic book accuracy. They've already said they're going to kind of like turn it into their own thing. But if we're getting Doom, I mean, let's just say he like just a signal or something that brings Galactus here. I don't know how they're going to really make the Fantastic Four that we're getting now be connected to the Doom that we're getting at all, because I don't know if they're in the same universe. I don't know how that's going to go. I would hope they kind of are. I would hope that this Robert Downey role of Doctor Doom is within the Fantastic Four universe, and somehow maybe he piggybacks off of them and escapes. I don't know, but I hope there is some type of connection where it doesn't feel like this isn't their biggest enemy. I know he's a lot of people's enemy. I mean, he takes out a lot of people, but I see him more with the Fantastic Four than anybody else, to be honest.
Tyler, do you think we get a Doctor Doom tease in the end credits scene?
I think it'll be Doom in Time.
Goon in Time, you said.
I will second
Dooming
that.
Time. But I mean, I do think that whether it be end credit or something, I feel like you have to tie that character into the movie to some point.
For it to make sense, is somehow.
It
I
is
know.
the last movie to come out for the MCU right before we get the next Avengers.
You would assume that will happen.
Yes.
It gives me like a rising feeling in my balls because it's like this is happening.
Yeah.
We are getting Doom. It just seems so unattainable, but it's like we've stated, this is the movie before the next Avengers. So I mean, yeah, probably it's gonna be wild to see. I mean, what are they gonna do? They're not gonna show them. They're not gonna. I feel like they wouldn't show him, but like maybe like a cloak in his mask or something. I don't fucking know.
A shot from behind.
Just green magic, because you can pretty much tell it'll be like him, because that's what it builds with. I hope he gets his own Disney Plus show. But that's how they introduce him.
I would.
At this point, just give everyone a show.
Let's
go back
I
to
think
it.
we all feel that. Like, just get this shit going.
I need
Man,
a 15-episode miniseries on how Doom got his mask.
God, yeah. And I know there's been leaks of what Doom looks like, but I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's
I don't
like
think that's legit.
It looks kind of like ass. I'm not gonna lie. I know it looks like I forgot what his name. Where he was.
He reminded me more of Odin from
Yes.
the Thor movies.
Yes.
He gave me Odin vibes.
What was it? What was
It
it
gave
called?
me like fucking Loki or Odin vibes. I can't remember from the Son of the Mask. That second one where he's wearing the mask and his fucking hair is sticking out.
Oh my
I think it
god.
was the second one, son.
Yeah, let's watch that movie.
Oh my god, all fucking in my life.
Oh,
Jamie
fuck.
Kennedy, fuck you.
Jamie Kennedy.
I have a little disc somewhere around here.
Man.
Jamie Kennedy is like a canon character on the podcast.
On this podcast?
Yes, because we talk about Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, we have. He's changed a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Have you guys seen him lately?
Dude, you shit on
Yeah.
Jamie Kennedy unintentionally so much. It's hilarious. You said, have you seen Jamie Kennedy?
Hey, listen,
Dude's got a podcast. not that big.
It's not. It's Jamie
I mean,
Kennedy, bro.
He was in Scream. He was in Son of a Mask.
He's done a couple things, and it's so surprising that he tries to do a podcast, and it's not that big. And I feel like shit when I say that, but listen, brother.
We should tell him he needs to hop on
Yeah.
if he wants the fucking traction.
You should get on our podcast.
Jamie, just cut that shit, dog. Just hop on Jabba's Dungeon. You can guest every couple of episodes.
Like, I'm sorry, but all I see him do anymore is just like he posts like these podcast clips. They don't get a lot of views. I mean, like they get more views than us. I give you that, but I mean, it's not like crazy amounts that we can't catch up to that shit. So
Does he do cameos?
I'm not sure. What you trying to do that?
We should do a cameo where he like flashes his shaft.
Hey,
It's bold.
hey. Do you think if we do like a cameo where they're like, "Hey, can you say so? Go watch Jabba's Dungeon podcast." Do you think they would actually do that?
I mean, surely to God, right?
I would.
I am enough.
Yeah, true. That would be kind of fun to have that at the beginning of a podcast.
Do like an intro, be like, hey, shoot it in landscape. Hold your phone like this and say this. And yeah, we could use that as an intro. That's actually smart. Go me.
That'd be a pretty cool idea.
Yeah. Who do we get?
Harrison
Sandler.
Ford. Oh, that was a good one,
Oh
Jed.
my God.
I love you,
fucking-
Brandon.
the fucking Legion of Doom as our intro. I'm gonna look up how much Jamie Kennedy's cameos are because surely to God that motherfucker doesn't have much of an income. He's got to be doing cameos.
Is that Justin Long? Just throw him in there.
Oh my
That'd be
God,
good
that'd
one.
come.
Kevin Smith.
Tyler.
That's Tyler. Go ahead.
I have breaking news coming out of Star Wars Celebration right now
Oh,
in
yeah?
Japan. The heavily rumored Sean Levy film starring Ryan Gosling has been confirmed,
Really?
and they are at Star Wars Celebration right now.
So,
You're first.
Ryan Gosling in a Star Wars movie.
Yes, directed by Sean
Nice.
Levy.
Nice.
It'll be called Star Wars Starfighter, coming May 28th, 2027.
So he's gonna be he's gonna be a pilot. Okay.
Breaking news: Jamie Kennedy looks like fucking shit.
Dude, this is what I'm saying.
He looks like a fucking hobo.
Jamie, I'm sorry.
Holy shit, we should get him to do a fucking cameo and like have him be like, "Hey, Jamie, don't like shower for 2 days before this because holy fuck, dude,
He
look
would-
at him."
I've said no, okay, Jamie, I didn't say you look like shit. I didn't say you look like
I
shit.
do. You
But
fucking
I'm saying
shave.
the beard and you'd look a lot younger.
This is like a dude. This is like a. What is this? What the fuck?
We're gonna get big one of these days, and all these celebrities are gonna be like, "You remember that time that you said this, motherfucker?"
Tyler, how do you feel that's your king from the Scream franchise? Look at how far he's fallen.
I think that's peak.
He fucking hotel
peak
room, fucking
performance.
Holiday Inn peak right here. Also, his cameos are going for $75. So, despite us talking shit, we could book him for a cameo.
Good, we could. God.
We should have got Justin Long for Justin Long January.
Oh, that would have been
I
good.
wonder if Justin Long even is on cameo. Probably not.
Probably not, but it would just be cool, like reach out.
Oh my God, is he?
He'd probably be expensive. Pricey boy.
We got an idea for next January.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just do it and then save it.
Incredible. We could get David Howard Thornton. $200, David Howard?
Damn,
He's
son.
making that bank.
Nice. Huh?
He's making that bank.
Oh, surely.
I'm sure people are paying that.
I don't know if y'all seen, this is kind of news. Ice Nine Kills, they posted something today where it seemed like the lead singer, Spencer, was making a movie. I don't think it's a song because it's rumored that it's supposed to be a movie. But let me pull it up because it was with someone else that's directed some movies before.
Man, I'm I saw a couple weeks ago where I think he had mentioned about like new music coming. So
See,
maybe
I
you.
thought it was music, but everyone that I've like read says they think it's a movie.
So, since they're doing the research, this is a good moment. 24 minutes in, 25 minutes in. Hit subscribe. Leave a like, share. You know, we like making this stuff. We like, you know, reacting to trailers, movies. You know, hit your suggestions in it. We don't always talk shit about celebrities, but there's been like, there's been a majority of shit talking to celebrities.
It makes good funny moment compilation.
Yeah.
clips.
And if you're Jamie Kennedy, don't take it personally.
If this makes it to Jamie Kennedy, he can talk shit about me.
It'd be wild.
So I looked it up. It's called The Slashing of the Christ. I think it's supposed to be like a parody on the one movie that's like The Passion of the Christ, I believe. It has Paul Sorter, I don't know how you say it, Soter. The only thing that he really wrote that people might know is Super Trooper 1 and 2. It's a comedy movie. He's done a few, I think, recently, like more horror-ish movies. Like there's one called Marshmallow, I think. Unhuman. I don't think they're very big movies.
It's a very low budget, unheard of.
Yes. But uh it's like second draft and then it's like a date from like a month ago. And there's a website up now and they're like coming soon.
I mean, I could see Spencer actually directing like a low budget movie. I mean, I feel like that's
Yeah.
very much in his capability. So
But I will keep an eye on that on the website to see if I see anything pop up.
We weren't able to do. We kind of forgot about our dire future of this channel update.
If they made it this far, they know it's it. They know it's coming.
I'm resigning.
I'm gonna.
He's
I'm.
gone.
Tyler, we just fucking. I'm
We hate him.
sorry,
We
everybody.
kicked him out.
It was Avery's decision.
It was. We were kind of forced into this by him.
Yeah. He rules with an iron fist.
I don't know why you joined
back
back.
to
I kicked
He's
this
back to
fucker
get his
out.
stuff.
You know what was like the most like fucked things in Xbox group chats? It's like fucking what was like the boot? Like the boot phrase?
What's the shape of
Hey, what's the shape of Italy?
What?
A boot.
Oh, you could do it. Nice. I was about to do it to Tyler.
I just did it. I was getting there, but
Dude, yeah, that shit used to be so fucked. Like when someone would do that to me, like that was like the equivalent of getting shot in the head. Like
Yeah.
to
my
me.
girlfriend had sent me a meme like that, and she was like, "I don't get it. What are they talking about?" And I was like, "You won't know."
Had to be
I'll
there.
just
Get
find
it.
later.
Now I'm getting fucking nitro ads. But anyways, we were kind of talking if you have tuned into the channel, which the channel has done. I forgot what those analytics were. I can't remember if those were from the week or the month, but the channel's been doing pretty good as far as like the views and stuff, which we certainly appreciate. We're wanting to branch out more on the content a little bit, and we kind of talked about that last episode, but we did drop an episode that we're calling Dungeon Pickups, where I'm covering 2003's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle re-releases, and we're all gonna eventually hop in on that with different figures that we pick up and or just comics, what have you. We're wanting to branch out a little bit as far as what we do, and I don't want to give too much away, so I don't know.
It's a pretty good watch. I would go watch the turtle video. It's pretty cool. I mean, if you're very nostalgic of them, you'll like that video. I really like how it was edited and presented. I'm sure you'll see like some pickups within like the videos. Like I got some right here, like just to show on the podcast. But yeah, I'm excited to see everybody's like the ones that they get in hand and like, oh, let's make a video on this. Um,
One idea that I've been kind of thinking of is I'm into trading cards. Thought about maybe doing some trading card openings
that
every
would be
so
cool.
often, just to kind
That
of
would be cool.
change it up a little bit. Because I'll collect the Marvel cards, I collect One Piece, Pokemon, so that would give us a little diversity. So if
Mhm.
that's something people would want to actually see, I'm hoping to do one in the near future.
Dude, that'd be pretty cool. Like Chad just opening some Pokemon cards and get like a high value one. That'd be nuts.
Mhm.
I've got a few hits before, so
That would be cool to do.
that's pretty fun. I gotta figure out.
That's
I gotta get a camera. Like I want to do it here on my desk,
Oh,
and I'd like to do
Mhm.
face cam and the desk cam. So I need to get a second camera to see if I can figure that out. So
fuck yeah, big brain.
Can you use your webcam?
I could put it there, but like I said, I want to do a face cam as well.
Well, maybe you could do the webcam as your, like you said, face cam, and maybe you could like do your phone as like the secondary cam.
See, I thought about that, but I wouldn't really know where to put it up here because I'd
You
want to
would
do it like
um
um,
what is
that
those
height.
things called? Those fucking like they bend. They're
Yeah,
like
I was
these
gonna say,
phone
bear with
things.
me.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah,
They have like a plastic thing and they just like bend, then you can just put it like right there and then just you would have to
self.
clip it together, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That would work,
So
honestly.
I'm thinking about it. That might be coming. Just to kind of, like I said, diversify some of our content. We've had other ideas kind of in the
Yeah.
works. So
In the works.
Yeah, that's what, I'm excited about that too because it just gives more like kind of one initiative to put in more work on the channel and plus like, just the stuff that we can, talk about and like different things like we don't really talk about like the Ninja Turtles a whole lot on here and like I mean, I'm not like the biggest Ninja Turtle fan, but just like those figures when I saw those I was like, fuck, dude, I need those because I swear when I was a kid, I remember playing with like a Donatello that was exactly like that. And it was just so crazy. And, just different figures. Like, I wish we had started this, whenever I had unboxed the Scarlet Spider because I was just like so impressed with the mold and just like the articulation and stuff like that. And, there's more stuff on the way, so it'll be cool to cover. And, we could do, like Chad had mentioned before, just like, talking about, like, comics, like different recommendations or what have you for, like, collected editions or single issues, just talking about stuff. It's just, with the cards and everything, it's just branching out, in our different interests. And it all kind of is like the hub for
Mhm.
that, our different interest.
Yeah. I love this because like if you were a big fan back in the day of the creatures or like Rooster Teeth, I think you're gonna get a good vibe from this channel growing in that aspect because I mean those channels, Let's Play and Rooster Teeth is coming back, but like the creatures are no more. Like I'm sure there's other like friend groups and stuff, but that's what like makes me happy is like thinking of those and then just kind of like slowly thinking like this could turn into something like that, except for like the fucking the plummet of their careers. Like,
God damn.
but
Hey, shout out Dan though. He's back on the up and up.
Dan's News, James, Uber Hexer Nova,
He's staying up there. Yep.
I think Sly's still going, Gassy Mexican still going.
Dude, I was gonna bring this down for the pod, but I forgot. But it's upstairs in like this like storage room. But it is a fucking plushie of the fucking creature mascot. I
You
think it was
got the
Creature
fucking
Carl, bro.
plushie?
I got the fucking plushie, and it's like
Bro,
mint.
you
It
should have
is
got that.
mint.
You should have
It's
got
fucking
that.
mint. It's upstairs, bro. Yeah.
Bro, next podcast you need to bring that on because we can clip that out. And I know there's people on the like the Reddit that would love to see that. That would be awesome.
Yes. God damn. And again, when we fucking talked about this last podcast and about creamed my jeans, I'm still creaming because those were literally like some of my favorite videos. Like I would just watch all those fucks go see a movie premiere and it was just
Yes.
so fun.
Yes. I
I
forgot
I've
we
always wanted merchandise like from YouTubers, but I was always like, Well, it'd be weird to like wear something to school or like like out in public. 'Cause I just thought it was cringy. Like, oh, I got an achievement hunter shirt,
Yeah.
especially in the state that we live in, which is
Yes.
I felt
not as technologically advanced.
I felt that not that technology, bunch of dumbasses around here. Fucking hell. Well, like I went to obviously I went to high school, but I had a Good Mythical Morning original jacket, with like the whatever they call their little mascot, and then I had the Creatures Immortal HD, like the famous face. I forgot to wear it this podcast. I told you I was going
Fuck.
to. But the one I had like an Immortal HD shirt too because I was like into it, but I was always scared of like wearing them at school because I did feel like I was gonna get judged. But what's crazy is like Brandon watched them, so it's like I could have made more friends in high school if I wore them. But there was one shirt that I got of Uber Haxanova was that it was like I can't remember if it was like a bunny or something, but it was like an animal riding something, and it was like farts coming out of it, rainbow farts coming out of it.
Oh my god, you just gave me the craziest flashback. Do you motherfuckers remember their fucking short film called Bunny Bust?
I think I remember that. It's been a long
That sounds
time.
familiar.
Oh my god. It's where they were in a fucking bunny suit and they were just like using Nerf guns and shit, and there was like fucking like FX blood and shit. I had a hoodie, and of course I didn't wear it to school, but it was a fucking Bunny Bust hoodie. God damn.
No,
I'm gonna have to drop the fucking link, bro. Holy shit.
I'm gonna throw this out there now. Like I know we were talking about doing these, but I think, and this is not like we're doing them. It's just like in the like idea spectrum. I'm not spoiling anything that we actually have set in stone, but it would be fun to do a reaction video of like some of the creatures, some of the couch hop bits things. Like they had the one where they were the Ninja Turtles in the fucking like sewer type thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Mhm.
fun for all of us just to get together and watch it on here. Get reactions.
Yes. Oh my god. Dude, like a whole like that'd be so sick.
And that would bring
Yeah,
like
so
creature fans into it.
a trip down memory lane.
Yeah. That'd be fun. I'm gonna have to write that down. That'd be funny. Fun to do. Man, oh man. See, this channel's good. You guys just need to subscribe while you're here. You'll get a lot of content. We got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. I mean, not even like content. We're kind of branching into like the figure territory. It seems like Chad's gonna go Pokemon territory and cards. It's. I mean, you can see Tyler has like a shit ton of Star Wars, so there's your boy for that.
What's Star Wars?
That's all Star Trek, right?
I will say the way that the Marvel Legends Daredevil short blew up was stupid. I don't even understand how that just like because Tyler, you were like gone for like an hour and it had like 600 views in like
Immediately,
an hour.
like
And it just made no sense, bro. I thought YouTube had like a bug or something like that. And I guess that's just like shorts. I mean, I guess you can just get like crazy traction with shorts.
I mean, I guess that was probably like peak scrolling time for people because it's around like lunch and stuff
mhm.
I
at
guess,
work.
dude.
So I've never actually used YouTube Shorts. I don't think I've ever really watched any.
On
Really?
the topic of that,
I've seen like one or two maybe. I don't really scroll through them. I go to TikTok.
on the topic of Marvel Legends, today we can clip this out. Today they have the pre-orders out for the Punisher figure, and it was shown yesterday. So yeah, the new John Berthal Punisher figure is out and about in the world. So if you're interested in that, I would definitely grab it because I know it's probably going to be hard to get. Because I don't know if they're going to be doing another figure in season 2 with maybe a different look. I'm sure they will with Daredevil since he has the black outfit. I would grab one of those for sure, the Daredevil and the Punisher. I know a lot of us here is not into like the MCU stuff, but those two I'm definitely grabbing. But
We're also supposed to get the Punisher like special presentation on Disney Plus that they're supposed to do, so they might do figures for that as well.
it seems like that the end of the Daredevil series is probably where that's going to go, where he's escaping that place. What I'm thinking, which I'm all for that. And this could kind of like divot into Daredevil episode 9 if we want to, but
I will just say on that Marvel Legends Punisher, don't know if I'm gonna snag it, but the head sculpt is fucking seemingly really good.
Really, yeah. Likeness is spot
Really
on.
good. Mm. But yeah, we can hit on Born Again if y'all want. As we all know, I've been keeping up with the series, but I did see one clip that you all have talked about that's fucking gnarly.
Mm. I
Which
want
was
to,
The
dude.
good.
I fucking paused the episode. I was like, did they really just fucking do that? Like,
Did you pog?
I gooned whole
But did you
episode.
pog?
Log Jam.
Oh, champ. Is that a sexual term?
Nah, what is pog, Chad? Isn't that just where you're like,
Pretty much, yeah. It's a
Mm.
Twitch term.
I want to hear
Did you pog?
They have
Tyler's.
like the frog emote, I think, as well.
Did you
Or-
pog?
Did I pog?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You devious fuck. Got me snorting and shit.
I would like to hear Tyler's like reaction to the episode because I think me and Chad definitely like it a lot. I thought it was great. I wish I will add this before you say anything. And because when I was texting it in the group chat, I kind of felt like I was sending too much, and I was like, I'll just kind of hold off till the podcast. But I wish the whole series was like a good cop, bad cop between the Punisher and Daredevil. I feel like that could have been such a good fucking series, having a back-to-back type thing going on with Daredevil and Punisher, like in their own two worlds, and then clashing at times. Like I wanted so much more out of the Punisher after seeing that episode because it really made him shine. But it's just like this is what we were missing out on the whole series of like having that going back and forth, like him saying, you know, you're basically a dumbass, Red, and him going back and forth with the Punisher, like, oh, you just get shaved for me. I thought that was funny, but they're just great together, and I wish it was just like that throughout the entire series because like some of these episodes don't feel like these ones, like it feels out of place, but. Yeah. What's your thoughts, Tyler? Because I know you seem like you liked it, but it could have been, you know.
One thing that bothered me, I think I'm in the camp of I'm not a fan of Karen and Punisher having like a hint of romance. Because at least watching the original show to me, it was kind of giving me vibes of like maybe she's like kind of into him, but at least on his side, it felt like that's like a little sister vibe. And then this episode definitely kind of hinted at the fact that he got a haircut, shaved, and put on aftershave to come and meet her when she's coming. And there was
Yeah.
like her talking to Daredevil and being like, "Oh, you can hear his heartbeat," and like the little hint of like them having a thing. I'm not a fan of personally. Um, but the whole like I guess back and forth with their morals, it's been done before, but it always is good.
Mm.
Like, oh, I think like Punisher was trying to like get him to like kill or something, and then Daredevil's like, no, I'm not gonna do, and then he's like, oh, you're just gonna like save anybody, and he points the gun and shoots one of the random cops that were there, and he's like, oh, no, that's not what I mean. I don't like their chemistry on screen though is just like awesome.
Yeah.
I just feel like the thing that's holding me back with this season is just the switch in creative tone.
Yeah.
I like how it ends, but in retrospect, now looking back at how the middle of the season was, I just wish it was more focused.
I agree.
Yeah.
It felt like you were like in three different stories going, like it was like we're with Muse and then now we're with Kingpin again. Now we're with Bullseye. Now we're a little bit back with Muse, and then he just gets shot up, and you're like, well, there goes that fucking character because we just met him officially for 5 minutes. By the way, I hate Heather.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that character. She's boring as fuck. Yes, boring as fuck, pointless as fuck, and it just feels like it's such a backstory of like, oh, you shouldn't do that. That's Kingpin. You're there, and then she's like getting all smart assy and shit. And you're just like, shut the
I thought it was
fuck
so funny that she like, he just got shot and she's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna leave you in the hospital. Like,
up.
take care of yourself." I get, I guess she was kind of upset where he called out for them
Karen.
first and was still on the whole Kingpin's evil, but he
Yeah,
still
At this
stay
point,
there.
she's probably just like, Matt's crazy.
yeah. I don't like.
One thing,
Was it?
oh, you,
No, go
you
ahead.
can go. I was just having a quick thought to the one lady that's on, I guess, like Fisk's little cabinet of people, and she's talking to the police commissioner. I love the commissioner in this
Yeah.
season, and I wish he was a character we got more of, because that first episode when he confronts Fisk at like the funeral proceedings or something like that, and he's like calling him out, I'm like, this guy has a backbone.
Hmm.
Whenever they're having the conversation and you find out she was recording commissioner saying all of that, and you could like see her like she didn't want to do it, but she did it because she knows what she had to do
Hmm.
to not end up like him.
Yeah.
That was a good scene. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. He was a really good character. Another character I'm not really a big fan of is Cherry, or what is his name? Jerry, Cherry,
Sherry.
Sherry. I he just kind of like weaves in and out randomly.
I think he's just a victim of the creative
Edits and stuff.
The back and
change.
forth, yeah.
That he was a new character brought in to replace the original cast not being there, and they're like, well, now we want to bring some of the original cast back, but we have these new characters, so we need to throw them out. So yeah, him and the other new
The woman
main.
lawyer girl.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
yeah,
those two definitely felt out of place at times. Like they
they
felt
need
like,
more.
yeah, they needed more story, and it felt like they were trying to be Matt's morals in some sense, of like trying to not get him to like tip over, even though they don't. I mean, Sherry knows he's Daredevil, but the other one don't. But I just, it was kind of like getting me out of the story a little bit with that. Bullseye brought me into it really a lot. I loved like the blue tones that it would shift to when he's like doing his powers and whatnot. That was really cool. Um, like yeah, a lot of it just kind of like brought me in, brought me out, brought me in, and then when you figured out it, like the new team, it was like, damn, like, it's really good. But
I got so hyped for a second when the commissioner gets into the vehicle and he just says, "Hi, Luke." I immediately thought
oh
Luke Cage is
yeah,
going to be, and then I'm like, "Oh wait, no, that's another cop."
I didn't think of
But
that.
like, that was my first reaction because I'm like, it would just be so weird to refer to this character that I don't think we'd met before by their first name. I just got really excited and then let down, which I haven't watched Luke Cage, but
I try
still just
to.
have more characters brought in would be pretty
I
cool.
watched a little bit of it.
It,
I was really hoping that even if like sorry to cut you
there you go.
off. If it was just like a small like hint or like cameo for the finale with all the cages and stuff. If they had something small in there just showing one of the defenders, be it
Because
Iron Fist, good.
I mean, yeah, like he's at the end, he's in the bar. He puts on his costume in front of all these cops in Josie's bar, and these are supposed to be his like
Army.
supporters. Yeah, it would be cool to have Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, some Spider Man out taking a nap during all this or something.
Yeah.
Like they should be there to be like, yeah, we stand with you, Spider Man.
3 cops in a corner and a guy at a bar.
But that I know I can't hold it against the show for not having Spider Man in the
Mhm.
show. It's the grand story focused on Daredevil. I get that. But if you're having such a large event happen, it's Spider Man's off sitting in his lonely apartment now, like
Maybe
be
that's
like,
where they should start moving to just not filming with Tom Holland. Just fucking film a guy in a suit and ADR it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I see memes about that. And it'd be so cool for it to be, Spider-Man. Just
The one
even for,
thing,
like, a little bit.
the one thing I want to see on screen, and I don't think we'll ever get it, is a Spider-Man and a Punisher interaction. Just because they're like, complete opposite of each other. Like Spider-Man's all like upbeat, excited, and then Punisher's just like not having any of it. I think it'd be great to see even like Daredevil in the middle, just kind of like a really hyper kid that's excited, Daredevil kind of level, and then Punisher that's just off the deep end.
Yeah.
like when we get the next Spider-Man movie, is this going to address like where he was at during the show?
What's like it was
Probably
full.
not.
It was all of New York that went like power outage, right? It wasn't just Hell's Kitchen because it showed like the landscape of it. All of it went out.
Yeah, it's
So
the entire city of New York is under martial law.
it's
And you're also telling me there's no other heroes besides Spider-Man in the city that could like
Or
just
mayor, sorry.
a brief
Yeah,
cameo.
the whole,
I mean?
like
it's you can't keep using the excuse of Avengers are out somewhere in outer space or Spider-Man's not in New York at this moment. It's like fucking Spider-Man's in New York all the time. What are you talking about? Like he's off in Atlantis. I don't fucking know, but come on,
Especially
man.
given where he's at.
Yeah.
He is quite literally in a fucking, like, rundown apartment in New
Yeah,
York.
he
Where the
has to
fuck does he
be.
gotta be?
And I don't know, man. Like I just have him there for 5 seconds and be like, I support you. I'll be in like this side of the city, handling things or something. I
That'd be
agree with
badass.
Brandon saying like just get somebody in a suit. We don't need to
Yeah,
see his
fuck it,
face.
dude.
It's Spider-Man.
Yeah. They could do kind of their secret identity shit because this motherfucker would always take off his mask whenever, is in like his first, 3 movies.
Well, I mean
So I mean, they
now
could
he
keep the
can.
secret identity shit. Yeah, exactly. And like, just him and Daredevil can have that fucking relationship where they're just like strictly business.
Yeah. It's a mess when you get into like these TV series and it's a big like even Loki has an effect to the timeline of like the whole thing now. But when it comes to
That's what
Spider-Man,
grinds my balls about these TV series is they're so long, but they feel inconsequential in the end.
yeah.
Where is Moon
Just
Knight?
Fuck. We're getting a
And
season
it
Where
2,
the
but
fuck is Moon Knight?
the way this season ended, that was another one of my things. With like the original Daredevil show, the seasons always end for the most part with like that was the end of this story. This show, it's a nice build up to the second season, yes, but I still feel like there's so much going on. There's not an answer for anything.
It's also like too, if the show like wouldn't get picked up again, you were like, okay, that's a satisfying ending. They don't have to jump to another story, but they left it open ended, which you know
yeah.
they're going to get a second and probably third season. But
Yeah, I mean at this point you can't say that it's so street level that these other superheroes aren't getting affected by it, like Spider-Man
It's
or Luke
bullshit.
Cage
Yeah,
or,
it's bullshit.
Moon Knight. It would be so cool to have Moon Knight there and Luke Cage and then
Dude, it'd be so sick. Like
She-Hulk for fuck's
in
sake.
in a brand new day, bro. Like, what if they could fucking throw fucking Daredevil in it, or like more street level heroes as well, like throwing Moon Knight,
Yeah.
Daredevil.
see, I think
Why
they
not?
can with the movies, but they just can't bring Spider-Man to TV because that's
Yeah, that's what
under
I'm saying.
Sony's
Like, what
right.
if they
Yeah,
just brought them to the movies? I mean, fuck, might as well. I mean, Daredevil has been so huge for Disney Plus, like
Yeah.
these past couple months. Like, why not?
They've trickled him
Because
in too.
because maybe they can think of it as Spider-Man's too big for a Daredevil series, but sure, Daredevil could fit fine as a part in a Spider-Man movie. I mean, fuck, they already did it
Yeah. All
with,
here.
what I mean, they already did it. So have it be actually, something of substance.
have the beginning of the next Spider-Man movie still kind of up in the air with the plot of what that would be. Even just maybe the first 15-minute action sequence, have that set during this whole Mayor Fisk vigilante task force idea, so you can at least have some kind of interaction that shows Spider-Man
Dude, that'd
there.
be so cool. That'd be
And then the
so
rest of the
fucking
movie,
cool.
the rest of the movie do its own thing, but just acknowledge, like
But then there's like
If-
the double-edged
yes.
sword, though. It's like the people that don't watch the TV show, though, so they're gonna be like confused as fuck. Yeah, I mean, listen, like
But
you're gonna have to make that
but-
sacrifice to make it work. Like,
yeah, and it could. You're just dropped in, the city's in peril. He pops in. Oh shit, it's already taken care of. Who took care of this? That's how they meet. Maybe, he could be facing a threat towards the end and he's like needing, more backup. This is like a situation where he needs like kind of an eye in the sky or, someone to watch his back. And he could be like, I could hit up the devil from Hell's Kitchen. Fucking, that'd be sick as fuck.
yeah,
But they probably won't do anything like that. So I'll just think of it. I'll make a whole plot of it in my head.
fan fiction. Jabba's fan fiction. Here we go.
we were teased when they threw him in to No Way Home. They were like, "We'll
Yes.
give you this."
Because I was hype when I saw that. And I wasn't even like, I've only, seen so much of the Netflix series. Like, I'm not like the biggest fan. Like, I fucking love Charlie Cox's Daredevil, but when he popped up, just fucking sick. But of course, where's he at?
Yeah,
Nelson and Murdoch, where they at?
yeah. It's kind of like scary too because like you're continuing this, and I love, by the way, like we haven't even got to the point where Kingpin crushed the commissioner's skull, dude.
Mhm.
It's just like, what the fuck? He was the commissioner, right? That was like that's his I was making sure
Yeah.
that's his right career title. Seeing that where he's known to be just pure muscle, dude, I did not expect the series to show that type of gore. Like I legit paused it and I was like, what the fuck? Because I was just like going through it, like, oh, it's just gonna be kind of like just beating people's asses, getting bloody and stuff, and then he breaks the dude's skull open. I'm like, whoa, holy shit.
I thought
Some
it just
people
took a guy's hat and was
complaining.
wiped.
Some people were complaining about what?
That scene I'd seen online saying that was not in his character.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Bro, it's
Like-
fucking Kingpin.
Yeah, I want to be like, he literally decapitated a guy in like season 1 of Daredevil
With
by
the-
smashing his head in the
With
car
the
door.
car. I was gonna
It
say
didn't
that
show as much, but he did it, and
he did it.
it's the
And
point across.
I was gonna say that felt very reminiscent of that scene. And that was like one of like the introductions into Wilson Fisk, and that's just what was so cool. And you lost so much edge in when he appeared in the end of Hawkeye. He just got like easily
Echo.
dispatched.
I love when he's like, what's the beginning of this Born Again? I think he's like, yeah, I've had a run in with a vigilante. Like, I guess referring to either the events of Hawkeye or the events of Echo. And it's like, yeah, and you got your ass like handed to you like so easy.
It definitely seemed like they saved his character a bit, and that was the clip I saw, obviously, and that was fucking gnarly. I mean, just what they showed was fucking crazy.
Yeah, and them complaining that's out of character is kind of nuts. Like if you've read Daredevil, he likes to get his hands dirty, and one of them that's like the biggest things. And I know TikTok loves to make trending things on like these certain pages of comics, but he goes one on one. Like I've read the comic of with Peter. Like Peter takes off his outfit, and he's like, "You're fighting me, like not Spider-Man." So he's like trying to kill him. They're going one on one. Fisk, I think he has his shirt off and stuff. So he likes to get his hands dirty. I mean, he don't give a fuck. Seeing that scene, that made me really hype for season 2 if they're going to be using him bigger. I mean, he's already the actor's already said that they're doing great stuff with it already. So, and I think the release date is March of next year too. So
They're wanting to do, I think, a yearly thing
Dude.
with Daredevil. So I would love to see that. But
feed it. But you're gonna have to
Just
bring
as
some.
long as it's quality
Yeah. Bring
as
some
well,
characters
not
in
just
too.
quantity.
Like if we're gonna have these TV show characters like Luke Cage and Moon Knight, let's bring some of them suckers in. And yeah,
That'd be so sick. And just I believe his name is Vincent D'Onofrio, just great actor as well for Kingpin. Fucking great actor.
yeah, he's really good. I love how he does the Kingpin voice because his voice does not sound like that at all, like in interviews. And then he
Yeah.
just gets that lower tone. I'm like, Jesus, how does he do that?
I was a boy.
Yeah.
Just continue.
Would you care to join me?
Yeah.
But even what I've read in like Ultimate Spider-Man with Wilson Fisk in it, yeah, dude, like he's not a fucking like squeaky clean. He's literally a fucking kingpin of New York, bro. Like, what do you expect? And he's
Yeah.
fucking, canonically, he's like you said, Avery. He's just fucking all muscle. He's
That's-
a fucking big fuck.
That's what's crazy because like not too long ago I looked it up. I was like, why is he so strong? And they say that he is just pure muscle. Like he's just the peak human, basically. So
Yeah. Tyler.
eat a cat. Don't knock
More
shit.
Star Wars breaking news during Celebration. I guess they've shown a trailer for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Hmm.
We've seen Sigourney Weaver.
Smash.
Say Bush.
Din has gray hair now,
What?
Smash.
and we have our first look of Jeremy Allen White playing
Oh
Stinky.
no.
I thought that was a code name. Like when the rumor was that he was going to play Jabba's son, I thought that was just like some code name for a character.
Oh, is it actually fucking
He's
What the
actually
fuck?
going to
To
be
be Rhoda?
voicing Stinky.
It kind of looks practical, which is cool, I guess. But what?
That's crazy to see Rhoda nowadays, dude. Full circle. Everybody's gonna be so fucking confused, except for like the fans of Clone Wars. Like, who the fuck is Rhoda? Jabba could have sex? The fuck?
There's Sigourney
Sick
Weaver.
as fuck, dude.
Oh, smash.
So she's going to be a pilot,
Oh yeah.
and Din has. It's probably not going to pick
Hell
up. He
yeah,
has like
bro.
full gray hair.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna die.
Make the walls shake.
But who the fuck would fuck Jabba the fucking Hutt?
Okay, so whenever
Sign me up. We named him after this fucking podcast. Let's all fuck him.
whenever he in the beginning of Clone Wars, when Ahsoka saves him, is that fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the movie. Yeah.
Let's go.
So, this movie has me so concerned now.
Why?
Well, I don't mean to be like one of those like I guess like Star Wars haters that everything sounds bad.
Yeah.
But it just sounds so odd of all the characters. Like, yeah, I want to know where this character's been because you've introduced him in a kids movie like almost 20 years ago. But of all things to bring the character back, it's this.
So Zeb is right next to Mando.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah,
Also-
Zeb's also going to be in it.
Breaking news. We can clip this out as well. Lucasfilm has confirmed the following Star Wars movies are currently in development: Dawn of the Jedi, New Jedi Order with Daisy Ridley, Sean Levy's an untitled movie with Ryan Gosling. How do you say his name? Taki.
Yeah,
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi.
That guy. Untitled movie. I sound like an asshole. And Simon.
Taika Waititi's an asshole, so it's
Simon Kinberg's trilogy. So I mean, nothing like it's mostly stuff we already knew about.
I'm missing the Ryan Johnson trilogy, if I'm being 100% honest. I think he could cook.
Well, that was the
all
second
right,
movie,
everybody.
right?
Thank you for watching. This has been a good episode. Now, if Ryan Johnson could do his own fucking thing and they got away from the Skywalker shit, maybe. Yeah.
I think
I'm
Ryan
so sick of
Johnson-
the Skywalker shit, dude.
I mean, fair. I think that's really my thing with that one's what? Yeah, The Last Jedi. It's just the whole fact of you have the plot set up in 7, and then he wanted to do his own thing in 8, and then they bring JJ back to correct what Ryan did that JJ didn't like. I just feel like if Ryan, and also I love the first Knives Out movie, so
Same.
I feel like if he was just given his own, which his trilogy that was in production like last year at least got off the ground, if he could create his own story, I would be so down for it.
Have you seen Glass Onion?
I have. I don't like it as much as
Me either,
Knives
but
Out.
it's a good one.
It's like a fun sequel, but like
Yeah.
the original Knives Out, I thought was just like awesome.
Yeah, very peak. 2019 Heat.
Ryan Gosling looks
Yeah.
so out of place on stage. He looks just so out of place. I don't know why.
I mean, how are we feeling about a Taika Waititi fucking Star Wars movie after Thor: Love and
Listen,
Thunder?
if he would take it fucking seriously and stop just doing it for the money, maybe it might be good. You know, I know I said on the podcast before that I watched the Love and Thunder bullshit and kind of enjoyed it. But like looking back at it now and like seeing clips, it is more cringy than anything. And they wasted Christian Bale. So if he would get his head out his ass and not make it so childish, maybe it might be something.
Yeah, he literally is up his own ass.
So.
Jojo Rabbit's a very good movie. You know, it actually had moments where there's like fucking, you know, some heartfelt shit. You know, it doesn't just have to strictly be like poo-poo comedy the entire time. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And I really don't know how I feel about Ryan Gosling. I love him as an actor. Blade Runner, 2049 was fantastic. I absolutely love the Blade Runner universe. I mean, big fan of that. He could be really good. I mean, so he's just a pilot, I guess, Tyler, essentially.
I would say it's gonna be his character is that he'll just be a X-wing fighter in a sequel trilogy era. Which
Ryan Gosling in a Star Wars movie? Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
I would
He's
have loved.
literally me.
I would have loved to see him as like a Jedi or Sith or something, a bounty hunter. Fuck, I don't know.
I would have loved to see you.
I think Bounty Hunter would be probably the best for him.
I mean, if you like go off the looks of Blade Runner, I mean, he had that like that look. Big Star Wars news celebration.
Hey, Jeremy Allen White, he's that fucking little pudgy hut.
Hell yeah.
Maybe we can. What's his name?
Rhoda.
Stinky. Oh yeah.
Stinky.
Rhoda. Actual name is Rhoda, but Ahsoka calls him Stinky. So that's just
Maybe we could make this the Stinky Dungeon podcast.
No.
Stinky.
Dang.
That'll be April Fool's next year.
Yeah, a lot of cool Black Series coming out. A lot of cool news. Marvel, they're cooking, I guess.
April Fool's next year, we could all switch being in each other's setups. Like say I'll be in Chad's room.
Yep.
That'd be funny.
Avery can be in my room. Chad be in Tyler's room.
Big switch.
Yeah.
Trying to think of.
And then we could all stand up.
Who poses these figures for like these conventions?
What the fuck?
Just
Just
let them cook.
Just
Gosh. Hey. What the fuck? What the fuck? It was me the whole time. Just I don't know. Just I guess
That's me with these Ninja Turtles with these limited ass, just 2003 articulation.
Yeah, the Multum. I've seen them in stores. I just never bought them. Yeah. Big news.
Is there anything else we want to hit on this episode?
I could touch up on like some of the notes I wrote on Daredevil just real quick if there's anything that we also want to branch out on that.
Holy shit, I hadn't even talked about. I forgot about 30 Days a Night. Holy fuck.
I mean, if we want
the topic we were supposed to
save it till next
today.
week.
We can save it for next.
That can be next one, yeah.
What I wrote down while I was watching it was first real time seeing the Kill Squad in action. why not more? Why have we not seen more of this kill squad other than shooting White Tiger in the face? You know, we could have seen Punisher throughout this series kind of hunt each one of them down up until we get to this like bigger squad that's coming after them. I wanted to see more of them. I feel like that was kind of wasted in this season with the different directing type stuff. And then I wrote down, I said this already, whole season should have been with Frank. I feel like trickling him in a little bit more with this whole kill squad situation after Daredevil went to meet him, because I would kind of like to know just how the fuck did Daredevil know exactly where he was at. Unless I'm missing some from season 3 or the Punisher series. Another one was Frank should have had episodes hunting some of the task force. I've already said that just now. I feel like that would have been fun. You would have got more gory like episodes, but I get it. 2 different creative teams, they were going at it, so it's kind of like they changed the show from a lawyer standpoint to more of a what the fans wanted. Then I put gore question marks because that Kingpin crushing the skull was badass, and it just came out of nowhere, and I wish I hope that next season we see more of that type of stuff. And the Punisher gore, that was kind of cool to see, like him just loving every second of cutting people's throats and stabbing people and gutting people. That was really cool. Wish to see more. That was pretty much it. Now reading these notes, I feel like I am the biggest dumbass ever because it was like a lot of the same shit over and over.
Hey, dude, you're just good at retaining your notes.
And then I just put like stuff like the Remember like 30 Days, Fantastic Four trailer, Marvel Legends, and Black Series. But to the viewers, you need to comment what you want to see us watch or content you want to see us do. We have a pipeline of stuff that we're wanting to do that
please
will eventually come. And we have one movie, somebody has commented on our Instagram. That's a good way of getting us to pay attention to what you want us to watch. But honestly, if you just comment under this, we're going to see it too.
But yes, we got that on the schedule.
I think
that one that we recommended.
That one is in the pipeline, and we'll be doing that pretty soon.
And we appreciate the suggestion.
Yes, and this is the same person that's done it before, with Fantastic Planet. So we do listen to whoever comments and suggests things. We do enjoy it, and we really love making these videos. We wouldn't put this much time and effort into this stuff if we didn't like it. We come here weekly and we jerk each other off and goon all night. That's all we do.
And pog.
Yes. Other than that, if there's nothing else, what is this? 27, 28?
This is 28, I believe.
28 episodes. I say it every episode, but it's crazy that we get together. We try to every week. It's 28 episodes. I mean, I love my lobster. I know that's I can see it. Yeah.
If you love breathing air, if you love your mom, if you love your dog, if you love your children, please drop a like.
Yeah, drop the other podcast you listen to and pick us up.
Drop them.
Because we
Jamie
don't
Kennedy, fuck you.
We don't delete comments,
No, we don't exactly. We're handsome. We're funky.
God damn. It's a good time to get into this. A lot of content coming.
Trust him. It is a good time to hop on.
A lot of angles we're hitting. Figures.
Cats.
New member right there.
Anything you want to leave us off on?
Didn't even let her speak.
Damn.
What the fuck?
Damn.
Him
Didn't
speak.
even let him speak. That's fucked.
Yeah, he's not in a talkative mood.
Hell yeah. Oh,
make sure to follow on the Instagram. Fucking follow our Letterboxd. Follow on the Twitter. Follow on the TikTok.
Was there, before we end it, I almost forgot, is there any pickups that anybody has other than, I know Brandon has the turtles. God damn, guys. I only have this. I picked this up today because I'm in a He-Man kick, and if anybody likes He-Man, it's
God.
That looks like a little lobster man.
Little Lobster Man. Oh yeah, that's a good time.
Have you taken Storm out of the box yet?
No, I was actually kind of pissed when I got this because in Books a Million it was $40, but on Amazon it's like 23.
Did you
Holy shit!
you bought it at Books a Million?
Yeah, because I was already in line, and he was like trying to get me to go ahead and like get through the line, and I went ahead and just paid for it.
Holy fuck!
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen
and when I
those.
looked on Amazon, it was like 23, 24. I was
I,
like, oh,
I personally, what I've always wanted to do is get the X-Men 97 White Suit Storm and just
Mhm.
do a head swap so it doesn't have the cell shading. But the X-Men 97 one doesn't come with, I think, the effect hands.
mm.
So that one's technically, I think, better. But
I didn't know they were that much. I've seen them. I've seen them there, but that's crazy.
Yeah, I was a little
Yeah.
shocked when I bought it. I was just like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, Books a Million and FYE love to price gouge.
FYE, Jesus. Got cool stock.
What you know? What you know about what's that fucking place? Retro fucking.
Richard. Uh,
who's that?
Yeah, I think
It's,
so. I've literally. What?
what?
Oh, I thought you were gonna defend them because I'd left a negative review on their Google page, and because they were selling an Art the Clown fucking little like 3-inch figure for like $50, and I got that motherfucker off Amazon for like 20. What the
I,
fuck?
It's hit or
I go
miss.
back and forth. Some things they'll have an absolute steal on. Like, shoot, what did I buy from there recently?
where's it? Is this place down at Barbersville or further?
Beckley.
Beckley.
It's in the mall.
Shoot, what did I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the biker scout on the speeder set that I
Mhm.
bought from there for like 35 when it goes for like 50 or more online. Steal. But then you'll go in there and they'll have like a knockoff Michael Myers mask that is probably on like AliExpress and they'll have it for like $50. Like their market is like all over the place on how they want to price things. It's honestly crazy.
That reminds me when I went into that what's the place up at South Ridge?
Gaming Co.
Gaming Co. And this was like 3 years ago. Maybe I sent it to Tyler, I think maybe on Snapchat or something like that. I went in there and I was hunting for predators at the time. The figure. I am. Stupid as fuck. I'm sorry, but I was going for like the movie figures for Predator and all that stuff, and they were selling them full price. But you open the box and there's missing pieces. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? That pissed me off. That pissed me
The
off.
only time I've been there was probably about 2 years ago, maybe three. I don't know. But I went in there and I saw that they had Black Noir from The Boys, like the NECA figure, and I was like, oh, well, I would kind of like to have that because I like Black Noir. I was like, if I get that, I'll go ahead and get the Homelander and the Starlight. And then I picked it up, and this was before like all the recent price hikes. So what a NECA figure then was supposed to be, I think, still like maybe high 20s. Maybe
Mhm.
it was like the 35 that it's been the past year or so. But they had it marked for $70.
Oh fuck.
And it was one that at that point you could just go online and buy it, pretty much anywhere for retail. And I was like, no. They
Yeah,
had a couple of them, and I was like, I'm not buying anything here.
yeah. That was the first time and only time I've ever been in that store. Yeah. I've thought about going back, but
I go a few times, and like, it's kind of like retro, where it's like hit or miss. Some things will be cheaper. It's very rare, but you
They
can
got a
find
lot
better
of
deals.
Funko
So
Pops. They got a
they do.
fuck ton of Funko
Re-
Pops.
Retro started as a Funko place more so. And honestly, Retro was kind of better price wise when they were at their original location. But once they moved to the mall, I feel like they probably had to do some price adjustments for rent.
Yeah, I got some like whenever I did was able to afford some shit from there. That's at their original Oak Hill location.
Prices, man. Prices. I know everybody's getting hit right now with the price hike, so a lot of hobbies are probably going to be taking a pause and whatnot. But yeah, but follow, subscribe, comment, share, show your family, show your friends. We're kind of spreading around our area, word of mouth, and that's a good time. Good time. We're at 33. That's a good thing.
We're going up.
We're going up. Slowly. Going up. Hell yeah.